Today in our Golfbidder putter mini-series, we are looking at the difference between blade putters and mallet putters to guide you towards which one you should be using. Now, when you consider really that half your shots in a round of golf are putts, well then having the right putter that suits your stroke and your game is really important. There are literally thousands of different putter head and neck combinations out there. So really there's no hard and fast right answer as to which one is the best. But having a basic understanding of how they work can really help you choose the right one. Now, for many years, the general rule of thumb has been that blade putters like this one, well, these were brilliant for feel, as in judging the pace and distance of your putts. Great for lagging the ball around the hole on a long putt. And that mallet putters, like these, well, they're brilliant for forgiveness, as in, even if you make a poor stroke and you don't connect with the sweet spot on the face, well, the ball still stays on the intended line with the intended weight, and you basically still make a great putt. How? Well, we'll get on to that a little bit later. Now, I would say that rule of thumb just about still holds true, but technology in equipment has advanced so much now that it's not as simple as that anymore. And we'll talk more about that later also. But let's look at each putter type first of all, and let's go with this one here. This is an example of a blade putter, and regardless of manufacturer, the head shape would be regarded, this one, as being very traditional, going back several decades. If you think of a putter like a leg and a foot with a heel and a toe, and look at where the shaft connects with the head, it's very near the heel, and it has what we call a plumber's neck hosel here. We've a whole video on putter hosels too, so check that out. And because of this, these putters are heavily toe weighted. Now, a test you can do to demonstrate this is if I balance the putter shaft on my finger, the toe is so heavy it points towards the ground. Now, all this is for a reason, and that is that it suits really the human anatomy. When we get in over a putt and hit the ball, lots of us have a natural arc in our putting stroke. The putter head, well, that opens slightly on the way back, comes back square to hit the ball, and then closes slightly on the follow through. And these blade putters work in harmony with that natural arc. And all the weighting we described positions the sweet spot of the putter ever so slightly closer to the heel so that it matches an arcing putting stroke perfectly. And you'll see on tour about 60% of the top players in the putting stats using blade putters. As we said, in the general rule of thumb, blades excel when it comes to judging feel on distance putts. And we've proven that with another video we made, cheap versus expensive blade putters. We did challenges in our mini-series, which really shows this. We'll link to that in the description too. And then on the other side of the scale, you have mallet putters like these. And compared to blades, mallets look big and blocky and friendly, and they have a much bigger footprint. They take up a lot more room. And with this big head, designers can take weight away from the face of the putter, and they can reposition it at the back here, so that in combination with the bend of the shaft and the putter head, they can now become very stable and balanced. So much so that when I do the same thing again and balance the shaft on my finger, look at this time, the head doesn't want to hang down. It stays perfectly horizontal, perfectly balanced, facing straight up to the sky. And the result when putting is a much larger sweet spot on the face. The extra weighting changes the center of gravity and basically prevents the putter twisting during the stroke. The balanced face wants to travel on a path that's straight back and straight through in the stroke like a pendulum. It doesn't want to arc like a blade. And again, it's human anatomy. Some players get in over a putt and stroke straight back and through naturally. If I don't quite hit the sweet spot, no problem. The head is so stable, I'll still hit a nice putt, the right distance and on line. And this extra size mallet putters have, they also offer loads of extra room and possibilities when it comes to alignment lines and shapes and colour and features that can make an enormous difference when trying to hit a target, and that you just don't have enough room to do on a blade. Okay, so now we've described blades and mallets and explain the crude differences between them, let's talk about technology and how it wants to create loads more options for us. For instance, let's go to my stash. If you love the look and feel of a blade putter, but you have an arcing putting stroke, but you really want the stable and balanced head of a mallet, now you can have that. This Odyssey Tri-Hot 5K putter has very clever tungsten weighting technology that makes a blade feel like a mallet. Or you might love the forgiveness, stability and alignment help of a mallet, but you don't have a straight back and straight through putting stroke. Yours is an arcing stroke, no problem. Here's an Odyssey mallet with a slant neck hosel, which changes this putter from being face balanced to toe hanging and makes it amazing for someone with an arcing stroke. And if you look closely, you'll actually see loads of professionals on tour using mallets with slant necks. And again, we have a really comprehensive video on putter necks, which we'll link to in the description. So, should you use a blade or mallet putter? Well, it boils down to three things, the first two of which are stroke and feel. Your stroke is unique to you and will be one your body will repeat over and over again. It might be arcing, it might be straight back and straight through. Now, using our rule of thumb, you'd go blade if you have a consistent arc. If you put straight back and straight through, or maybe struggle with an inconsistent stroke and maybe you need a bit of help, you'd go mallet. Or, thanks to technology, you can find a solution that suits you. It's no longer a binary choice, A or B. You can now, as we have demonstrated, find a head you like with a hosel and neck to help it suit your stroke. Second, your body and your senses will determine the feel that you have on the greens. If you need help judging distance or lagging long puts to the hole, a blade putter might really help you. Third, and given the amount of technology out there, it can be argued that the real differences between a blade and a mallet is the amount of room available on mallets for game-changing alignment aids. With all this extra real estate on mallets, the manufacturers can add all sorts of ingenious alignment help to the top of the head to help you make sure you're lined up correctly. And once you know the combination of stroke type and hosel that work, the real key over a simple 6-footer is, are you always lined up correctly? Like the perfect stroke on the perfect putter will still miss the hole if you're not lined up right. So there we have what is hopefully a good guide to a blade versus a mallet in putting. Now maybe that isn't the right question or trade-off, let us know in the comments, but we'll all agree that having the right one can be hugely confidence inspiring and make you comfortable behind the ball at address and can really help you become a consistently excellent putter. Now let me know what putter you use and why it works for you in the comments below, and stay up to date with the very latest on Golfbidder, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. From me for now though, from Ballinrobe Golf Club on a cold but sunny morning, it's Donal out.